Hey guys, in this video we're gonna create this application with a React Native, as you can see. So we created this responsive website with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Now we want to create it with application. So we only use a React Native because we're gonna create it with a JavaScript. So if we use a React Native, it's a better option, and we don't have HTML and CSS for the application. You know that. So as you can see, we're gonna create this simple design with this React Native, and we're gonna create it in just one application. So yeah, no need to just, because it's a responsive site, as you can see it, and I didn't add icon, sorry for that, but yeah, you can see we're gonna create something like this for the React Native. Let me just, okay, so you can see we just created this, and yeah, and this is, and we're gonna add animation with Reanimated. We can't use a CSS anymore, so we don't have a keyframes anymore, guys. So yeah, this is why we need to use a Reanimated, because it's very simple. And we're gonna create it with Expo, if you never heard about that. So Expo is very simple to create this application, guys. It's very simple, and you're gonna learn it very fast. Just stick with me, and I'm gonna show you how to create it very fast, guys. So yeah, this is everything you need to just create this with this, and simple animation for this with a Reanimated, and yeah, so we don't have any more keyframes. So yeah, you can see we're just gonna create it with a simple animation, guys. So yeah, hope you guys are ready for this. Then let's get started. Okay, first guys, you need to install the node of the node.js for this React Native, because we need a node to create this application of the React Native or other React, as you can see. So just install this node.js of the last version, guys, and then we're gonna create a React Native with this node with npm install the React Native, you know. So yeah, and also just install this Expo of this on the Google Play or App Store. Just download it for any case. If you want to just see your app in your phone, you can use this app when you want to just see it. And I'm gonna show you how to use Expo of this application. Just stick with me for now. Okay, after you install this Node.js, guys, and let me just delete this. Okay, after you just install the Node.js, guys, now let's go to just in the folder. So I'm just gonna create this simple of this folder application. Okay, so I'm just gonna create it here for this React Native, guys. Okay, now in this VS Code, just like I said, after we just install this node, so I have this version of this node. As you can see, my version is 20. Okay, now we're gonna create it this React Native. So I'm just gonna copy this. Npx create React Native app. So we want to create it, and you can see this is a demo. You need to know about this installation. Okay, so I'm just gonna paste it here, and it's just gonna take a little time for this, but let me just name this application simple. So I'm just gonna name it let me see, let me make it responsive. Okay, no need for this, default, yeah, default new app. Okay, now we want to wait for this to just install this JavaScript, and you know, the node models, everything we need for this React Native, guys. So I'm just gonna skip it, and after we finish this install, I'm just gonna explain what you need else to just install, guys. Okay guys, so after finish this install of this React Native, as you can see, so we have this responsive of this folder. So we have this Android, iOS, and the node models for this npm. Now the real application is this app.js. We're gonna style and create this application inside this app.js, guys. So this is a main of this React Native, guys. So just focus on this, guys. And also, before to start this project, you need to install this Reanimated of this for the React Native. It's very simple if you want to create animation inside of this React Native. And I know the keyframes of the CSS is better, but you know, we don't have any more CSS, so we're gonna use a JavaScript for this animation, guys. And we need a best animation, an easy animation, if you want to create an animation for your for your application. So I recommend to use Reanimated, guys. It's very simple. So I'm just gonna copy this, paste it very fast to just go to the next. So we have this, let me just cd responsive. Okay, let me just install this, then we go for the next one. Okay, so we just install this Reanimated inside of this. Okay, now next is we want to add this plugin inside of this bubble plugin of this bubble plugin, as you can see, of this bubble config. Okay, so I'm just gonna add this because I'm gonna create this application with using Chrome instead of Android emulator. I'm just gonna use this Chrome for my project, And if I want to just check this application, I just gonna use Expo in my phone to just see the application is working good or not. And by the way, just like I said, just install this Expo. Just don't forget about this. Just install Expo in your phone, and we're gonna create an application with live of this inside of this phone. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy this, paste it for this Reanimated. So we just add it very fast for this. Okay, okay. So as you can see, we get error inside this because it's plugin and we didn't install the plugin of this bubble.config. You can install this bubble.config with this npm bubble.plugin import, and I think this is next is. So I'm just gonna try this and let me see if we're gonna install this of this plugin. Let me just see. Okay, it doesn't fix. Let me just try this for this because I want to just remove this error. To just use this plugin for the Reanimated, guys. Let me see. Okay, so just wait a little minute for this to just install it, guys. Okay, here we go. So we just installed the plugin of this bubble. Now we can use this Reanimated with a plugin of this bubble.config. The last one is imported this, and I'm just gonna explain it after we create everything. So I'm just gonna import this just in case we need it. Okay, just import it for now. Okay, so yeah, this is everything for this, guys. After we install everything, last thing before to start the application, sorry for that again. So let me just last thing, you need to install this extension of this VS Code. So I'm just gonna show you very fast. React Native. So just install this. This is good for your React Native because we need that. Just install very fast. Next is let me see. Yeah, I think this is enough for this React Native. So after you just finish everything, guys, let's just run this to see if it's working or not. Then we go to just build this application. npm run web. So just take a minute, guys. Okay, so please install React Native. Oh, let me just install this node model. Sorry for that, guys. Let me just let me just install it very fast for this node model. Sorry for this. It's needed for if you want to just use this application in your Chrome. So I'm just gonna skip it if you take your time, guys. Okay, we just finished this installation. Okay, now let me just clear this. Now let me just try again. npm run web. Let me see if it's working or not. Okay, yep, I think it's working right now. It just take a minute, and then we just open it in this extension. Here we go. So as you can see, this is our application, and let me just. And as you can see, this is our application. It's nice. And also, if you install the Expo inside your phone, just use this QR code, and then just connect it with this application, and you're just gonna see your application inside your phone instead of this Chrome, and we're just gonna build it very fast. So just QR this code, guys, and then just live this with this, as you can see. Okay, now guys, before to just start very basic explaining of this whole of this app.js, guys, you're just gonna import from the React library as, for example, a style sheet. As you can see, the text view. So basically this view, as you can see it here, is the same of the div that we use for the HTML, if you remember that. In React Native, you can use a div, but I think you need to install the packages, and I don't think it's necessary to use it. So for this language, this view, it's basically the same div that we're gonna use it. Just remember this, guys. So view is the same div, okay? The text is just, we're gonna add this, for example, h1, as you remember h1, you know, h1, and yeah, and the text of this, you know, the same of this text, we're gonna just add the text inside it, and we're gonna add a style of this, you know, h1, h3p, as you like it, inside of this text. So yeah, keep in this mind, okay? Next is this style sheet, which is the style of the CSS, and we're gonna use a style sheet inside this JavaScript because we don't have any more CSS in this React Native, guys. So yeah, this is our style sheet. We're gonna use a style sheet inside this JavaScript, and you can see it's the last line. Now let's just create it, and before that, let me just import more the packages inside this. So I'm just gonna import platform, safe area, touchable opacity, scroll view, because it's responsive. So we're gonna use a scroll view for this application, guys. So we have a text view, and let me just import the image also. I just forget about that. Okay, so yeah, this is it. Let me just, so all of this So all of these packages inside this React Native. So we're just gonna import it right here. We need that. And let me just add this image. I just forget about that. So image, there we go. Let me just import it right here in assets. Okay, let me just create it. Assets. After create this assets, I'm just gonna add this image inside it. So I'm just gonna let me just copy this, paste it inside this. Here we go. So just copy this, paste it. We need that for this image. Okay, just like we added here. Good. So this is our assets, and yep, this, and also let me just remove this. So we didn't need that. Okay, I don't need that. Delete it. Let me just remove this, and I'm just gonna create it from the beginning. Also, let me just remove this. We don't need that. Okay. Okay, now let's go to just create this application, guys. So let's go to start first, which with this safe area view. Okay, now after the safe area view, we're gonna just create this scroll view for our responsive this application, guys. Okay, now inside of this scroll view, just like I said, we want to create this view as a div. So instead of this div, instead of this creating a div, we're gonna just create this view. Okay, now this is our div, and inside this div we're just gonna create this logo. So we're just gonna start with a logo. Okay, text. Now this is the text. I'm just gonna add logo. Now before to just go to the next, let me just add a simple style. So first I'm just gonna start with this. So I'm just gonna add a style inside it, and if I want to add a style inside of this, we need to add this bracket with this styles of the background. I'm just gonna name it background. So now I'm just gonna create this background inside this style sheet that I want this background be inside this, all of this, all of this application inside it, guys. Okay, inside this style sheet, just gonna add this background and just open the bracket inside it. So inside this background, I'm just gonna add a background color. As you can see, just gonna add this color. The color that is just like this same of this responsive website. Okay, so this is our color. Let's see it. And you can see this is a background, and I'm just gonna fix it very fast. So let me just add the flex 1. Okay, now let me just add the width and the height. Width 100% and height 100%. Okay, now let's see it. As you can see, so this is the whole background of this application, guys. The next is I'm gonna add a style sheet of this logo. So I'm just gonna copy this, paste it here. Okay, and I'm just gonna add array inside of this because I'm gonna add 2 styles inside of this, guys. So this is the first style. I want the first style be a logo, just custom logo. Okay, and the next style I want be h1, and we're gonna create h1, h3, and p very fast inside of this style sheet, guys. So h1, gonna create it very fast. It's my bad, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. Now let's go to just create this. The color be a white. The font size, let's be a 2.3 rem, just like the same of the CSS, guys. Just gonna add it very fast here. Bottom, gonna add it very fast. And the font weight, let me just add the font weight. Okay, just gonna add, and max width. Also, I'm gonna add the max width, 500 pixel or 500, doesn't matter. Okay, so this is our h1. Now let's go to just create this h3 and p. h3 and p. Let me just add this. Just add this if you get. Just add this if you finish this style of this, because we need this. Okay, I'm just gonna add a font style. Font style be italic. Okay. Okay, now for the p, I'm just gonna add the 1 rem for the font size, guys. Now the margin button be a 30 pixel. Okay, the font weight be 400. Okay, and the max weight be the same. Okay, now let's see it. You can see this is our logo. Now, so for this logo inside this style sheet of this, you need to add a logo. But first, let me just logo. I'm just gonna add this, but let me just first add this. Okay, I'm just gonna add this padding, the top padding, top. There we go. Just add this. Okay. Now inside this padding top, guys, I'm just gonna add a platform that we just added in this package as you can see it, because sometimes the padding top for this logo for the iOS and Android change it. It's not the same. You need to add this platform, and you're just gonna add this OS. Okay, Let me just add this. And if you want, you can add, you know, Android, OS, Mac, Windows, and the web. So we built this application with a Chrome, you know, this web. I'm just going to use a web. You can, after we finish this application, you can use this Android and iOS to just add, you know, to just add this padding top. So now let me just add the padding top 20, 20, 0. As you can see, we just added this stuff. Okay, here we go, guys. Now let me just add the padding left inside this view, as you can see. So inside of this view, just gonna add a style real fast. Okay, 2 bracket open. Okay, now the padding left, just gonna add a 4%, guys. 4%. There we go. Let me just add a space. Okay, as you can see, just add this simple padding left. Okay, so we finish this logo. The next, we're gonna create these cards very fast. So after this view of this logo, after this, just gonna add a new view. Okay, first let me just add a style this view. For this view, just gonna add a simple style, custom width and custom height. So I'm just gonna add the custom width and custom height inside this. So style b, so first is the width, let be 100%. The custom height I want to be 550 ph, guys, for this. So this is our custom of this div. Okay, now inside of this, create a card 1, card 2, and a card 3. So this is our first card, the next card, and the second card. Let me just add it, the second card and the third card. Now let me just add this style sheet. I want to name it the card 1, card 2, and the card 3. So just add this. Okay, now this is a card 1, and this is a card 2, and this is card 3, guys. So now instead of this logo, I'm just gonna add a card 2 because I want to be the same, the box shadow, to apply this card 1, card 2, card 3, and the same background, guys. So instead of this typing again the box shadow, I'm just gonna add this card 2. I'm just gonna explain in a style sheet. So just add this, and I'm just gonna explain it. Now in this style sheet, just gonna add a card 2 here. Let me add this comma. Okay, card 2. So inside this card 2, first I'm just gonna add a transform. You know what, let me just copy from this website, just like we added for this, guys. So just gonna copy it very fast, you know, the card 1. Let me just copy this. Okay, so I'm just gonna, you know, I'm just gonna copy the whole of this and paste it inside this, and I'm just gonna fix it, guys. Okay, just gonna copy paste it here. Okay, let me just fix this. There we go. So this is our card, this background and the box shadow. Just copy this, the background and the box shadow. If you see the previous video we created with this response website, just watch the video and you can just download the source code inside this description, guys. Just download it. Okay, after you just watch the video, just add this box shadow and the background inside of this. Okay, so yeah, this is our background and the box shadow. Just gonna decrease this width of this card, guys. And for this height, I'm just gonna add 210 pixel. Okay, the border radius be the same, and let me just add this index. I need that. Okay, -1. Okay, here we go. And for this top, I'm just gonna add 300% for this guy's top. Okay, and let me see what else we need to just change it. I think this is good. Now let's see it. So this is Chrome. So for this, okay, there we go. So this is our card, as you can see, guys. We just created, but let me see sorry for this. Let me just add a background color because it's not a background anymore. Here we go. We just created these cards, guys. Okay, so this is the first card. We applied this background and the box shadow inside this. Now for the card 1, let me just add this. Now for the card 1, guys, and the card 3 of this card 1. Okay, just gonna add the top and the z index. So just delete this. We don't need this anymore. The top of this card won't be a 20%, and for this be a 40%, guys. Okay, again, just delete this. We don't need this. Delete it. So this is a card 1 and this is a card 3. So the index be a -1, this be a 1, and this be 2. Now let's see it. Okay, let me just fix this. So instead of adding left, let me just add this position absolute instead of this position be absolute. And also I'm just gonna add align center, align self, I'm sorry. I'm gonna add align self be a center. Now it's a center, as you can see it, guys. Here we go. So we fixed this problem. Now the next we're gonna create this, it's 3 circle with this image. So let me just delete this. It says the same Discord too, sorry for that. Okay, here we go. Let me just check it. There we go. Now let's go to just create this 3 circle. So again, copy paste it for the 3 circle. So we're gonna add the same the box shadow and the background inside the circle 1 and the circle 3. And let me just add this image inside of this. Let me add after this the view. Let me just add this. There we go. So yeah, so we just added this. Let me just add a style this for this div of this image. Okay, I'm just gonna add this style. Gonna add the top minus 8% for this, guys. And for this style of this image, I'm just gonna add style. I'm just gonna name this style for this image width for this image, guys. Okay, now let's go to the CSS. Now let's go to create first. Let me just create this circle 2, guys. So I'm just gonna, you know, copy circle 2. First, let me just change this width be 600 be 60 pixel. Height is the same, 60 pixel. So the position be absolute. Okay, position absolute, and the top be a 60% of this. Remove this, so we don't need this anymore. The z and the x be 1 and the border radius be a 50% to just be a circle, guys. Okay, now let me just add this instead of that. Let me just add the left, just custom the left for this, guys. 78%. Okay, now let me just change this box shadow, guys. So I'm just gonna change it very fast, or you know what, let me just copy paste it. Okay, so let be 20 pixel, 9 pixel inset, and minus 20 pixel of this, 36. Okay, the inset minus 5 pixel, 8 pixel, 20 pixel of this. The next, okay, the next inset 70, 17 and 17 pixel after 30 pixel, the last one. Now let's see it, guys. Let me just, okay, the circle 2, it's not working. It's not working. Let me see. Oh, so the image is not working. For now, let me just skip it and just fix this, the position of this, guys. So as you can see, so this is a first circle of this circle 2. We just created really fast. Yep, I think this is good. Now let's go to just create this circle 2 and the circle 1. Circle 1. I'm just gonna change the top and the left and the width and the box shadow. So I'm just gonna delete this, delete this, delete this, delete this, top. Now for this top, 80% for this circle 1, guys, and for this width and the height, I'm just gonna decrease it 30 pixel. Okay, the left be at 20%. The left be at 20%. Okay, now for this box shadow, I'm just gonna change this box shadow to 10 pixel because it's smaller than this. Then let be 5 pixel and this be 80 pixel, 8 pixel and 16 pixel. Okay, instead minus 5 pixel, 8 pixel, 6 pixel, 9 pixel, 10 pixel, 9 pixel, 10 pixel, 10 and 15 pixel for this. So this is the next circle 1 of this. Here we go. Now for the circle 3, guys, we don't need to change this box shadow of this circle 3. Just gonna add it really fast. So for this circle 3, let me just delete this. We don't need to change it, guys. Okay, you know, let me just, okay, here we go. The top be a 16%, guys, and now the width and the height, I'm just gonna increase it to 75 pixel. There we go. Now for this left, 5%. Let's see it. Okay, here we go. So this is our circle. Now let me see why the image it's not working. I think I add the assets. Oh, the robot hand. Okay, now for this image, I'm just gonna fix it. Now let me see if it's working or not. Here we go. We just created. Now inside of this style of this width for this image, just like we name it, let me just copy paste it. The width. Okay, height 400 pixel for this. And the max width, I'm just gonna add 500%. Max width, 500%, 100%, I'm sorry, 100%. And also let me just add the position be absolute. Absolute. Let me just add the 21st. Okay, let's see. Okay, very good. Here we go. So this is the image. We just style this custom of the height. And let me just fix this position, so the top be minus 8% of this. I'm just gonna change it for now, and after we finish everything for this responsive website, I'm just gonna add the minus 8%. So for now I'm just gonna add 60%. Let me see. Okay, so for now I'm just gonna add this. Now let's go to add this text inside of this. I'm just gonna add a view, the next view for the text. And this is a P for the description, guys. Now let me see. Okay, here we go. Let me just add the top and the left for this style of this div style. Okay, so for this style, I'm just gonna add the first. Let me just add the top, the top. Okay, let me add the 600%, just like the same, and we're gonna change it. So for now, let me just add this. Also, let me just add padding left 4%, just like this logo, 4%. Now let's see it. Okay, let me just change this 80%. Let me see. Okay, I don't know why, but sometimes it's not working, so let me just change this 4%. There we go. 50% is good. Okay, for now let me just make it this like this, and we're gonna change it to this top because it's just gonna get error. So we just created this text. Also, I just forgot about this button. So for this button, just like we added this touch opacity, I'm just gonna add it instead of this button. Now let me see it. Okay, here we go. So text and center. So now let me just fix this. I'm just gonna add it after this description. Let me just copy paste it very fast. The btn. Okay, so let me just delete these guys. Okay, now let me just add a background color, guys. I'm just gonna add the background color be transparent, and just like in the same with the bottom, I'm just gonna add the box shadow. So let me just add the width be 1 pixel, and now let me just add the box shadow 0 pixel, 0 pixel, 7 pixel of this color 9C. Okay, CF3. Okay, and let me just copy again, paste it for the next box shadow for this button. Let be 10 pixel, guys. So this is our button, as you can see it. Here we go. Let me just fix this. Okay, here we go. So this is the home page, guys. Now let's go to the next section, guys, which is the 4 box and the detail of this about page. Okay, so let me just first add a comment for this, guys. So after this view of this, I'm just gonna add a comment for box detail as just a comment to just show you this is a next section, guys. Okay, so first let me just make sure to create a view to just not type it every time when we go for the next section. So I'm just gonna create it very fast here, the view. Okay, now I'm just gonna copy paste this just to add a comment and use it instead of typing this, guys. Just make sure to just work fast for this. So just add a comment for this, and now every time we want to create this view, just copy paste it. Okay, now For this view, for the next section, I'm just gonna add this style here. Just add a style. Okay. Just gonna add the top for this, guys. 12%. Okay. So now inside of this view for the next section, again copy paste it here. Okay. Now inside of this, we're gonna create a text. So just gonna copy paste this. Oh, actually, let me just copy this, paste it here. Also for this, for the H1 and P. So this is H1 and this is P. So let me just copy from this website, guys, very fast to just go to the next. So let me, what we offer, let me just copy paste this here for this H1. What happened? Okay, copy paste this. Okay, there we go. So this is our description and this is H1. Very simple. Also, let me just add a little padding for this, guys, because I want this text. Let me just show you. So this is our next section and let me just fix this for now. Then we will fix this top, guys. So for now, let me make sure be at this 82%. Okay. So now let me just add padding left for this, simple this. Let me just copy paste this style and add the padding left. Let me see. Oh yeah, we have this. Copy paste this instead of that. Okay. Okay, here we go. So this is our text. Next, now let's go to create this 4 box inside of this top of this view, the whole view, and after this. Okay. So again, copy paste this view here, the next div. Now inside of this view, guys, I want to make sure we have a div for all 4 box to add a flex for this, guys, to just add some flex for this. So I'm just gonna add a new div again, new view again, and this is our flex that we want to add a flex for this. And now let's go to create this 4 box. So first box, just gonna add it here. Now let me just add the style to just not confuse for this, guys. So for this, I'm just gonna add a style, simple style for this, guys. Just gonna add a gap for distance, guys, for this flex that I want to add it. Just gonna add a flex and 50 pixel is enough, guys. Okay, it's a flex, just like I said. I'm just gonna copy, just gonna copy this, paste it here, and instead of this H1, I'm gonna name it flex space. Okay, flex space. Space. Okay, so this is our name. Now for this box, I'm just gonna name this again box. Let me name it box color. Simple name to just not confuse it. So this is our flex. Now this is our first box. The next box, I'm just gonna copy paste it. But first, let me just add a line inside of this box to just copy paste it instead of that. So now in this, I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna copy this, paste it inside of this box color. I want to add this icon skew. Guys, and this text. So now in this, copy this, paste it, and let's name it icon skew. Simple icon skew. And now for the text, simple as this. Let me just copy paste it. Okay, and let me just make sure to just copy this first. Okay, now for this, I'm gonna add a P, which is a description, guys. Okay, also let me just add array, another style. I want to be a center of this box. As you can see, this is a center text. I want to add another style here. I'm just gonna name it center. For every time I want to add a text, we want to add this style that's center to just be a center, guys. So this is a style for this. Okay, so this is a first box. Copy paste it for the next box. So this is our next box, the first box, the second box. Now I want to be this flex be for 2 box, not a 4 box, guys. So instead of that, let me just copy paste it. The next flex, now it's not anymore 4 box, it's a 2 box for the next line, guys. Okay, hope you understand this. There we go. So this is our text, very simple. Now let's go to style to go to the next. Okay, so now in a style sheet of this JavaScript, so we have this. Make sure, let me just add this comment again to just make sure, just know this is our 4 box style sheet. And I know this is too much. Let me just make sure to close all of that to just not confuse. Sorry for this. Now first, let me just add a flex, just like we created flex space that we created. just gonna add the first flex be a 1, justify content be a space between, okay, and also we added this gap, so no need to add a gap here, okay. Now let me add a line item be a center, okay, and the flex action be a row, guys, instead of column be row, okay. Sorry for this, okay. Now let me see it for now. Here we go. So this is our flex. Now let me just add a padding to the left and the right to just be a nice design for this box, guys. So I'm just gonna add it very fast. The padding left and the padding right. Now let's see it. There we go. Now it's better. Now let me start with a box to just add this background and the box shadow to just make sure to go to the next fast. So let me just add this box color. You know what? Let me just copy paste this instead of that. Oh, sorry for this. Quarter 2. Let me just copy paste it. Let me make it a box color, just not type it. So first let me make sure the width be 150 pixel and the height 175 pixel. Okay, the box, oh yes, okay, here we go. So width and the height and the position be a relative. Border radius be 10 pixel, no need to change it, okay. And let me add a border, so let me just remove this. We don't need this, we don't need this as the index. I don't think we need that, okay, just remove it. Let me add a border. The pixel solid and the transparent, just like CSS, okay, transparent, okay. Now let me add the background and the box shadow. So background, let me just fix this background and there we go. Oh, we don't have this, we don't need this, comma, there we go. And let me see whether, oh no, we don't have area. Let me see it now in this. Okay, here we go. So this is our box, as you can see it. Now let me just add this icon SKU to just make it, and you can add icon for you, but I didn't add icon because I never use icon in this React Native. Sorry for that, because I just learned it this month. So sorry for that, guys. I didn't know how to add the icon for this, my bad, okay. So just add the icon for you, but let me just add this icon SKU that we want to create this icon SKU inside of this. So, you know, let me just copy, paste it, this icon SKU. Okay, so icon SKU with 55 pixel, height 60 pixel, just like this response are the same. So border is be 10 pixel, background color be this. Let me just change it to this color, okay. And also, why this has happened? My bad, guys. Let me just make sure to copy this, paste it. I don't know why this RGB happened, my bad. Okay, I don't like RGB. So let me just make sure, fix this. Okay, box shadow, there we go. Now for this SKU, just like this, copy, paste it for this SKU. So let me just copy, paste it, my bad. Okay, let me just make sure to just do it very fast. Okay, now box shadow. Okay, now let me just add this transform also. Just copy paste it here for this transform. Okay, we don't need the border, remove it. Let me just make sure to add this rotate and skew, just like the same. Minus, okay, this is good for this rotate. Also, let me just add this position relative for this. Where's the position relative? Position B relative. Position B relative. Okay. Let me see. So this is our skew. Okay, this is good now. Now let me just make sure to be a center. So this is good. Yeah, this is good. Now let me just make sure to be a center and adding a margin bottom to just the text be just be down below with a little margin. So first let me just make sure be a center, just like always in CSS we can add this display block and the margin auto to just be a center. Margin auto. Okay, now it's center, and also let me just add margin bottom, little margin bottom. Okay, here we go. Now let me see it. Sorry for this. Okay, now let me see it. Okay, now it's center. Now let me just make sure this text be a center, guys, to just go to the next, guys. Okay, so we just created this for box. let me just make it here in this. After this, let me just make it here. Okay, center. Let me just remove this. So for this center text align be a center. Okay. Next, I want be a margin, also be I to just be a center, just in case this text be not center, guys. And the last thing, I want to add a margin bottom I2, because if you see this P of this description, I added this margin bottom 30 pixel. I don't want that, so I'm just gonna add margin bottom auto to just remove this 30 pixel. And let me see what else. Let me just add the z-index also one, just in any case we have a problem. Now let me see it. So I think, yep, we have a problem. Let me see. So margin bottom auto and turn z-index. Oh, sorry for this. The index v1. Now it's good. There we go. So now it's the center. So this is how to create this for box. Now let me just add the little text for this to just make sure to user know that if you want to go to the page to see the example of this page, you can click at this to just go to the next page. And I didn't create it because it's responsive website and responsive application. But in the future, I'm just gonna add it with a cool animation. So for now, let me just make sure to just add this little text. So let me just copy this, paste it here after this, or let me after this. Okay, let me just make sure it's here. So a style, let me just add a style inside of this text. First, let me just at the top, let me 10% first. Also, let me add the padding left to just make sure it's a 4%, guys. 4%. Okay. Now let me add the text here, guys. So text first be h1. I don't want to be a p, and style be a center. Also, let me add this style of the h3. I want to be h3 because I want to be italic of this. Here we go. So yeah. Now let me just make sure. Just change this. Click or example of this of our website. Okay, so we created this 4 box. Let's go to the next section. So the next section is about page. So let me just copy paste it. Or you know what, let me just copy paste it. Sorry for this, I don't want to just type it, so I'm just gonna delete this. We don't need that anymore. So next section, let me just make sure. Okay, now it's good. Okay, next section is about page. About page. And if you get any error, you can find this source code in the description, guys. So don't worry about the error. Just download it if you get error, if anything happen, guys. Okay. Now for this about page, first I'm just gonna create a new div to add a top for the next section, guys. So for this next section, just gonna add a top. Let me see. Let me add a little top. Let me make sure to add something good. So let me try this for now to just see. Okay, now we don't have anything inside it. So this is our top. Now in this, so for this about, I'm just gonna add a square and this 3 circle inside it with a 2 arrow. If you see in the first video. So inside of this, first let me just copy paste this view. Let me make sure name it square 1. Now inside of this first square, let me make sure add this flex space just like this same flex space. Now inside of this, I'm just gonna add a 3 circle to just be a center and have a nice animation. So again, let me copy it again, paste it. Now let me just make it circle round. So now inside it, let's go to create this line 1 and line 2. Very simple. So again, copy, paste it. Okay, line 1, line round 1. Let me just name it this line round 2. So we create everything for this circle round. Okay, just copy, paste it, guys. Just copy this, paste it. Just be a 3 circle with a 2 line inside it to just add animation inside it. Okay, so yeah, here we go. Now inside this circle around, let me just add a little text. Let me just make sure to add this, guys. Okay, so now let's go to just create this. So we have this flex space of this style sheet, but we want to create this square and this circle round with a line. Okay, now after this, 4 box, you know, let me just copy paste it for the about page. About page. Okay. Okay, so now for this about page, let me just make sure to just copy this, paste it, square one. First, let me just start with a square one. So let me add a width and the height first. Let me 450 pixel and the height be a 300 pixel. So this is our width and the height, and the border display 10 pixel. No need to change it. Very good. And I'm just gonna change this box shadow with a background, but let me just add the top also. Just gonna add the top. Let me minus 5% and left. Let me minus 5%. Okay. And no need for this, just delete it. Now let's go to just change this background and the box shadow, guys. So let me just make sure, change it. So now I think, let me see it. So we have this box to the next. Okay. Let me just fix this position. So the top is 60%. Let me make sure 80, 100%. Just see it, and we're gonna fix it. But for now, let me just let me make sure be this 60% because we added this div, new div, be a 42%. 42%. Okay. Now let me just fix this. Let me make it 600. Okay. Now let's see it. Okay. Let me just make it 70%. Okay, so this is our square, as you can see, guys. Very good. Now let's go to create this circle with this, you know, the line around it. Okay, so circle around. Let me just okay. So circle around. Let me just copy paste it, and instead of typing circle round. Okay, so circle round with first. Let me just add the width 75 pixel. Also height 75 pixel. Border radius be a 50%, and I'm just gonna change this box shadow and the background, but let me add this blue block to just be a center, guys. Top let be a 5%, guys. No need. And let me add a type minus 5%. Left, no need for this. And let me add this, you know, the margin. First, let me just add this little block, and margin. Be out. Okay. Now let me just make sure. I think we have this box shadow. Let me see if we need anything to change it. So this is a circle 2. I'm just gonna copy paste this box shadow and the background. Now let me see the background pixel. Okay, now it's good. Let's see it. Circle around. It's not. Oh, circle around. Yeah. Copy paste. Now let's see it. There we go. So this is our circle. As you can see it, I think it's small, but yeah, let's make it like this. I need to change it. Okay, so this is our circle. Now let's go to create this line, guys. So for this line, I'm just gonna copy this visit to just make it this line 1 and the line 2 with a different top and the left. Line round 1. Line. Okay, line round 1. So line round 1, I'm just gonna add the width 3 pixel. Now for this height, I'm just gonna add 105 pixel. Okay, border radius be 50%. I need to change it, but let me just add a position absolute to just be the center of this circle, guys. So let me just delete this. We don't need that anymore. Okay, now let me see it. Okay, so this is our line. And also let me just change this box shadow, guys. It's too much. So for this box shadow, let me make sure, you know, let me just make sure to just copy this line inside it. I'm just gonna copy this, paste it. Okay, so this is our box shadow. Just gonna change it. Okay, so this is our back shadow and the background. We don't need the background, guys, so I'm just gonna delete it. There we go. So this is our so this is our line. Sorry for this. Okay, there we go. So we just created. Now copy, paste it. Circle round 2. Okay, line round 2. Instead of this height, I'm just gonna add the width 105 pixel and this be 3 pixel. Now let's see it. There we go. And after we finish this video, I'm just gonna add animation to just make it better. And also don't forget to add icon inside it to just make sure it's better, because I didn't have the icon. Okay, now let me just fix this this text. So this is our square circle round. Let me just, okay, now hide it. Okay, you know what, let me add the top for this, guys, instead of that, because it's not good. So let me just make sure to add a view for this view instead of this text. Hope you understand this. Just gonna add the top to just fix this problem. Okay, there we go. So for now, I'm just gonna add this top for now, and I'm just gonna fix it after we finish everything, guys. Sorry for this. Now let's go to create a square 2. So I'm just gonna copy, a square 2. So this is square, square, paste it here, name it this, square 2. Flex space, let be here, no need to change it. But I'm just gonna add a text instead of this, the circle round. And also let me just delete this. Let me just delete this to make sure we don't have anything inside of this flex space. Now let me just add a view to add inside of this text. It's a new div for this, guys. So no need to add a style for this view. Just gonna add a text for this. Now again, copy paste it, copy paste it. Second text, let be a 4, and this be a project. There we go. And in any case, if you get error or didn't understand it, just download the source code in the description, guys. Let me just start this square 2 and this line 3 to just go to the next section, guys. So I'm just gonna copy, copy paste this here, square 2. Okay, square 2. Let me just make sure the top be a 10%, left be a 5%. Okay, with, let me change it with the height. Let me change it. Okay, good. Now the box shall be the same. Okay. So this is an Xbox. There we go. Nice. Also, I forget about this text. Yeah, I forget it. I'm just gonna add it very fast. So square 2. Now let me just make sure to add the line around 3 and 4. So 3, 4. Top be the same and to change it, but I'm just gonna increase this height. So line 3. Let me make it this 230 pixel, and don't need to change it. But for this line 4, I'm just gonna add this 405 pixel. 400. Let me just make sure. Let me add a 340 pixel for this, guys. Also, let me just make it this 5 pixel and this be a 5 pixel. Now let's see it, guys. Okay, so the line 3 and the line 4. Yeah. Oh yes, sorry, 340 pixel. Okay, now we just create it, and let me see why it's not working, this text. So I think we missed this. We just add a mistake for this div. Core 2, the flex space. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Let me just make sure place this flex space to just fix this. My bad. And add it here. Okay, I'm just gonna fix it very fast. So this is a first text. Delete it, and also let me just make it this in the center of these two. Of this, I think now I fixed this. So flex space. Okay, this is good. Yeah, I think this is good. Yeah, I think this is good. Sorry for this, guys. In any case, if you get error, you can just download it from this, this description. Now, yeah, I think now it's good, guys. Okay, we get error, so I'm just gonna fix it. But for now, for now. Let me just add this text in center of this. I just forget about that, my bad guys, very my bad. So let me copy, copy this, add it between this square 1 and the square 2 here, okay. And make sure to just make sure to just add a padding left 4%, and instead of this top I'm just gonna add width because I want to add the custom width for 100 pixel. Okay, now inside of this text just gonna copy paste it for the description P. Okay, also I don't need H3 italic style, so just delete it. And also I don't need a style be a center, guys, so I want to be a left text. Okay, and I'm just gonna copy paste it, this description and this text. So this is H1, copy paste it, and this be description. There we go. Now let me see. Okay, now let's see it. Okay, there we go. So yeah, this is our text, and this is our first box, and this is our first box, and this is our second box, as you can see it. But let me see why this has happened for this text. So the text, so you know what, let me just change this style be a center to just change it to fix this problem. So for this, so yeah, I think center 2 for this template, professional, and the project and the mask. Now in a style sheet of this, guys, let me just make sure here, add it here. So center 2, what I want to add it here, text align be a center, no need to change it, but I want to add a width, custom width to just fix this problem, guys. So just gonna add 100 pixel. Now that's it, guys. I think now it's fixed this. There we go. So just gonna add this custom width instead of 100% to just fix this problem, and these 4 boxes be in the same line because a line item center doesn't work in React Native, and the flex change it, the flex display change it in this React Native. So this is why I didn't add a line item center. Just gonna add this width custom, sorry for this. And I don't know how to use a flex inside of this React Native because it's not the same, the CSS, it's just a little complicated. So for this, just added this width and just fix this problem, guys. Okay, so this is the center 2. Let's go to the next section and let me name it contact page, guys. Page. Also, let me just make it here for the next section. Hope you guys never mind me for that. So this is about page. Delete this. We don't need any more of this. Yeah, this is our div about page. Okay, make sure I add it here. The contact page. First, I'm just gonna add the div to add the top because it's in the next section. So this is a top for this. I'm just gonna add it, and let me just add this top for this, guys. So let me just make sure copy this, paste it. Okay, let the top be. Let me see how much good is this, and I'm just gonna fix this for now. Let me make sure it's good. Let me make it 70%. Now let me first start with the text, guys. So let me just copy paste this to the added text inside it for this contact page, guys. So top be 70%, padding left be 40%, and let me make sure add this 500 pixel for the width. Now let me just copy paste this text, for this contact page. Copy paste it very fast. What happened? What? Why this is happening? Sorry for this, guys. My bad. Okay, there we go. Now it's fixed. My bad. Okay, let me just copy this, paste it to go to the next. Okay. Now what's happened? Okay, now we fix this. There we go. So this is our text, and yeah. Now let's go to create these 2 circles, as you can see, sign up and the sign in. And also I'm just gonna add this to just finish this video, guys. So just stick with me, and then we go for the animation, then we go finish this video. Let me just copy this, paste it. Actually let me just copy this, paste it to just add a different. So after this text, I'm just gonna add this to just add 2 circles. So I'm just gonna name it first. I'm just gonna name it poo ball. Now ball. Okay, and inside of this, a ball in. This is a ball that we're gonna style it, and this is a ball in, which is I want to add another circle inside it, guys. Now inside of this, I'm just gonna create I'm just gonna create circle btn, okay, and a line button, line btn, okay. Yeah, let be btn. Let me just make sure btn, okay, to just understand it. Okay, let me just delete it. Let me just make sure it's here, okay. So this is our circle, and now for this text, guys, let me just make sure, just copy, paste it here, and yes, just make sure, okay. Now for this text, guys, I'm just gonna add sign up, okay. And this style be the same, we need to change it. So this is our first ball, and now for the second ball, let me just delete this. Okay, so let me just delete this, my bad, okay. Let me just delete this. Okay, so this is the first ball, guys. Just gonna copy, paste it here, ball 2. Okay, so this is the first ball and this is ball 2, and let me just add this line in the center of this. So let me just make sure, let me just copy this, paste it here. The line is in the center of this. To just add a little line, we name it line center. Okay, now let me just create this poo ball style sheet, guys. First, starting with a poo ball. So let me just copy, paste it, poo ball. Also, we don't need this background border radius, delete it. Just gonna add the top, left, width, and the height. Poo ball. Okay, poo ball. Top be a minus 5%, left be a 5%. Okay, now width be a 450 pixel, and the height be 300 pixel. Okay, now for this ball, I'm just gonna copy, circle around, paste it here for the ball. Okay, so let me just change this ball. Now width be a 120 pixel, height be 120 pixel, okay. Border this be 50%, the background be the same, box shadow, let me see. So I think be the same, I need to change it, very good. Also, let me just add this position absolute instead of that. So let me just make sure, add the position absolute to just be a center. So I'm just gonna copy, copy paste this here, the ball, okay. Let me change this top 40% and the left 15%. Transparency is the same. Now let's see it. I think, yep. Okay, here we go. Also, let me just change this. Sorry for this, guys. Just change it. I think we have a lot of, yep. Let me just change it very fast. So top is 70, sorry for that. Okay, now let's just continue. So this is our ball, as you can see, guys. Now let's go to create a ball 2, the same, but I'm just gonna change the top and the left, guys. So ball 2, this is the same style. I'm going to change it, but the top let be 80% and the left 75%, guys. Okay, so this is our next ball, as you can see it. Good. Now inside of this ball, I'm just gonna create a nice background with this. So I'm just gonna copy, paste it, name it ball in. Okay, width be a 100%, height be a 100, width be a 100 pixel, sorry. Okay, and the height be 100 pixel, border radius be 50%. Let me just make sure to change this box shadow. So I'm just gonna change this box shadow of this. So ball in, I think, no, it's not that. Ball in. Oh yes, there we go. So just gonna copy, paste this here. Okay, so this is our box shell, guys, and the top be a 50%, the left be a 50% to just be a center of this circle. Now let me see it in this. The ball in, I think I add ball in, yes, my bad, guys. Just make sure to just fix this text. Okay, now let me see. Here we go. There we go. So we just got it, but the left, I think this is not working. Okay, let me see. So, oh yes, let me this. Here we go. Now it's the center, guys. As you can see, so this is our ball in. Now let's go to create a circle BTN, another style for this to be another circle, guys. Circle BTN. Just gonna copy, paste it. Circle BTN. Okay. Let me decrease it, the width and the height. Border is the same, not change it. But the background and the box shadow, just gonna change it. So just gonna, just gonna change it. This. Okay, there we go. Now let me see it in this. So you can see I just created right here, as you can see. So this is our three circle of this style. There we go. Now let me just create this line BTN to just make it in this. So line BTN, I'm just gonna add a line BTN. So I think I have the line round. I'm just gonna copy, paste it to be in the center of this. Okay, line BTN, top 50% of 50%. Also, I'm just gonna add the rotate to just change this rotate minus 20 degree. Okay, and let me add this index -1. Okay, so let me change this, my bad. Okay, line BTN. Okay, so for this width, just gonna add a 220 pixel, height be a 3 pixel. Okay, box shadow be the same, no need to change it. Okay, put shadows. Now let me see it. Yep, we just created. Very good. Now let me just make sure to add the line center for this case. So copy paste it, line center, 64%, left 55%. Okay, now width and the height. So width, I'm just gonna add the height instead of that, 160% instead of pixel. The width be a 3 pixel. Okay, and let me just make sure be the index -1. Okay, the rotate 60 minus 66 degree. Oh, I think now it's working. Yeah, it's working, guys. Now let me just make sure this text. Let me just see. I think I add style center, but center the index be1. It doesn't work. Oh, my bad. The index. Yep, now it's working. Okay, my bad. There we go. So we just created. Yep, we just created, and you can add animation for this line to just add rotate. So I'm just gonna add animation for this rotate to just make it this rotate, and for this animation for this, guys. So last thing we want to create this for this be a button, guys, for this footer. So let's do it. And first let me just make sure to add this view. Let me just make sure to add a view. This poo ball, I'm just gonna copy, paste it to add this logo skew. Okay, so a logo skew, name it logo show. Let me just name it logo show instead of skew. Okay, and let me just make sure to add a card. So let me just copy these cards, guys. These cards, add it here, and instead of this ball, just add it after this. Okay, just make sure. Okay, and now let me just make it this card skew 1, skew 2, and skew 3. 3, 2. Okay, so this is our card. Now let me just add this, now let me just add this logo to just make it like a 3D here. Okay, so view, let me just delete this. Style be a logo, styles be a logo skew. We want to add a logo skew, and this is a logo show. I think I didn't add. Okay, my bad. So this is a logo show, and this is a logo skew. And now let me just add a text h1 logo with style be a center. Styles be a center, guys. Okay, of this logo. Okay, so we created this div, guys. Now let's go to the CSS to just create it. So in this CSS, guys, we have logo show, but let me add this logo show first to add it. But after that, we're gonna create this card skew logo show. Top be at 25%. Okay, left 15%. Let me add the width and the height. Okay, and let me add the margin bottom. Make sure be a 550 pixel. Okay, the cards. Okay, add it here. Name this SKU1. Okay, for this SKU1. So for this SKU1, I'm just gonna add a different style. So I'm just gonna copy paste it for this, guys, because I'm just gonna add different styles. So I'm just gonna add. Okay, so width be a 150 pixel, height 275 pixel is good. Okay, and let me make sure border radius be a center, border radius be a 50% to just be a circle, guys. And also let me just make sure to just change the background on the box shadow. But first let me just add this, and let me add this 49%, left be 5%. Okay, now I transform translate, rotate be 85 degree, skew be the same, let's change it, but let me add translate, just be in center, guys. Okay, and scale to just make sure it's a little small instead of big, decrease it to 6. Okay, the index be a 3 for this card skew, guys. The index be a 3. Now let me just make sure to change this box shadow and the background. So this is the first logo skew. Okay, here we go. Okay, box shadow. Also, let me just change this background. So this is our box shadow and the background. Let me see how it's good or not. Okay, so we just created this first skew. Just gonna copy paste it to the next skew again, and for this, just make sure to name it card skew 2 and the card skew 3. 2 3. 2 3. Okay, now the top, let me just change this to 57%, left 5% is good. Let's change it, and let be this 64%, guys. Okay, good. What and height be the same, I need to change it, but just gonna change this scale be this and just remove this for the 3. Now let me see it, but also let me just add this index to 1, and there we go, we finished this. So we just created, and I think it's not center, right? Yeah, or maybe I think no, it's not center, right? So let me just make sure it's center. Let me see. I think yeah, now it's center or not. 3%. Yeah, it's center, guys. Yeah, now it's center. Okay, my bad. So let me just make this animation. So let me just make this logo skew to just go to the animation, guys. So this is everything. So let me just finish this. Let me just copy paste this logo skew, logo show to logo skew for this logo. Okay, so top, let me add the position be absolute. Okay, top 84%, top 48%, guys, and the left 57%. Okay, and let me see, we don't need this is the index. I need this index, just make sure be 3. Also, let me just add this transform because I want to add a skew for this, guys. So 0, don't need to rotate, 0 15 degree. Okay, translate be the same, but let me just make sure it's minus 30% to just add animation. Okay, now I think it's center, guys. Let me see. There we go. So let me just add a text shadow to just finish this. Text shadow 0 pixel, 0 pixel, 7 pixel, guys, and white color. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, so this is our text shadow and this is our logo. Hope you like it. So this is everything you need to just create this for your React Native, guys. Just need to add animation for this card, this 3 circle, and this animation for this rotate, and for this animation, guys. So we're just gonna add it very fast. It's very simple using this reanimated of this, and yeah, this is everything for this, guys. So let's do it. Okay guys, now we create everything for this. Now let's go to just create this reanimated. So let me just check it for the last time if we have any problem. So I think we have a lot of top. Let me just fix this. So this is good, I think. Not good too much. So about page and the contact page. Let me just delete this, guys. We don't need any more. So let me this be a 15% and this about page be a 13%. Now let's see it. Let me just okay, there we go. So now it's little better. Yep, it's little better. Okay, but let me just make it 35 and this let me make it 45 or 14%. Now let's see it. So 35. Okay, now this is 40%, 45%. That's good. Sorry for this, guys. Okay, now it's good. And also this is too much bottom. I don't like that, so let me just fix this. Let me make it this. Okay, now it's good. Yep, it's good now. And let me just close everything. Sorry for this. Okay, so we just create everything, guys. So for this website, now let me just add this last thing, which is animation. So for this animation, we're gonna use this React Native as we just installed in the first video. I'm not gonna explain this Reanimated how to use it, but I'm gonna show you what I did with this, just in case to just show you what I just used. And yeah, you can find a tutorial for this Reanimated. It's very good for your animation of this application, guys. It's really simple. But anyway, let me just import some little packages from this. So I'm just gonna import first async. Okay, now let's go to just create this. So first I'm gonna start with this very simple animation, because you just at the top, you're just adding a top for this. So for this I'm just gonna add const, and let's just name it very simple, guys. So I'm just gonna name it top, top. Yep, I just name it type, and just name it type you want. Okay, use shared value. Okay, now let me just, before to just add this number for this, guys, the top of this big circles you can see just in the center of this 2, as you can see it, what a top that we have in this style sheet. Let me just see it and add it in this use share value. So let me just find it. No, go Q3. So we have these. I'm sorry. I think, yeah. So I'm just gonna start with this little circle, as you can see, guys. So what the top we have here for this? So we have this top 49%. So this is a use a shared value. So this is a default top. We want to tell this Reanimated that we have this 49%, and also let me just add plus with percent, because in a default we don't have any pixel of this. So as a default we have this 49% for this animation, guys. Now let's go to just create it just at the top one with a value. Okay, now with a repeat, I want the animation be repeat. Now let me just open this. Okay, inside it with a timing. So for now let me just add a 0, and I'm gonna explain it. So we have a 0. Okay, 0, and let me just add a bracket. You know what, let me just set it here, direction, which is the time of this. I want to be let's make it for this. Okay, also async, async. Okay, I'm gonna use this Bezier, guys. So for this Bezier I'm just gonna type it very fast. Okay, here we go. So this is our cubic Bezier, guys. Now let me just add a comma, and now let me just add a 0, and I'm gonna explain it after this. I'm gonna add true. Okay, so this is number that we get. So this number that we have in this use share value as a start for this animation. So I'm just gonna copy paste it here. Now what I want the animation be go to the top or go to the bottom. I want to go to the bottom, so let me just add this. Let me just add this. Let me just make it 60%, or 59, to see if this is good or not. Okay, So for now, let me just add a comment for this. Okay, now it's good, guys. Now let's see it. So as you can see, we just created this. We have a arrow. Oh yes, I'm sorry, I just forgot about that. Let me add this. Let me just make it to just add it in this, you know, the animation of this. I'm sorry, guys. Let me just finish it. So now const. Let me just name it omim1. Okay. Use animated style. Okay. Which is this. Okay. Now let me just open bracket, which is this. So the top be a top one value. Okay. Now top one value. Here we go. And let me just add a comma. Okay, not here. Sorry. Add the comma here, and let me just add this array. Here we go. Also, let me just finish this. There we go. Now let's go to add these for this, you know, this view. So we have this, you know, let me just find it. So the card is Q1. So the card is Q1. I'm just gonna add, you know, new view. So let me just add animated. Here we go. Dot view. Close it. Now let's just add it here. Then after we add this. After we added this, guys, now let me just add a style, which is omim1. Now let's see it, guys. So this is everything we need to just create this animation. As you can see, we have this animation, but you can see we get error because we just create a new view for this, guys. And I think I can't add this omim inside of this, so I just create a new view for this. And when you create a new view for this, the index doesn't work anymore. So I'm just gonna add it here very fast to just fix this problem and see what we have here. So the index, let me just make it 3. Now let's see it again, guys. So this is our animation. Here we go. And I think it's not completely down. Let me just make it 62. So this is the first animation starting, and this is the end of this animation, guys. Hope you understand this. There we go. Yep, now it's better. Now copy paste it, you know, top 2, top 3. So top 2, top value 2, top value 2. Okay, now let me just copy this, paste it, top 2 and omim 2. And the index of these, let's make it 2 instead of that. Okay, the card scale 2. Okay, we have this 55% and this be 62%. Okay, now let me add this animation inside of this. Let's not forget about this, guys. Just add it. I think this card is Q2. Okay, let me just see if this is it or not. Delete it, replace it with this. And we do need to add animation for this third one because I want to be the same and change it. omim2. Okay, now let's see it. I think, yep, here we go. As you can see, so we just created right here, but we have a problem. Let me just fix this problem, guys. So we have this use a shared value. So use a shared value in this top 2. I add just 49%, but if you see the style sheet of this card is Q2, we have this 55%. So just add it for this use shared value, and now you can see we fixed this problem. Here we go. So this is our animation. Let's make it just make it a little longer or not. And it's up to you if you want to add this more direction or more time for this guy's animation, but I think this is good. Now let's go to the next, which is very simple. Yeah, let's go for this, guys. Then we go for the card and the circle, guys. So for this 2 arrows, as you can see, we have this. You know, let me just copy paste it. Let me just copy this, paste it also. Top, or you know what, let me just name it repeat. Okay, repeat, and yeah, repeat. Okay, let me just make it 0, guys, for this shared value. Okay, for this, guys, with a repeat, I want this be a minus. Also, let me just delete this, guys, sorry, minus 30. Okay, here we go. Direction be this, async, and let me just make it very simple, guys. You know, let's just make it, yeah, is. Let's just make it is. Also started be a 0. No need for this, guys. There we go. So this is everything you need. Just create this. Now let me just name it three, or you know what, you can name it whatever you like. Let me just name it repeat animation. Okay, repeat, okay. Also let me just name it repeat one. Okay, so I'm just gonna add this rotate, guys, rotate as a repeat value. And after this, I'm just gonna add a little plus because I want to add a degree, because it's not a pixel, it's a degree for this transform, you know, the rotate. Let me just add this degree. And now, the index, I don't think we need this index, so I'm just gonna delete it. Also, let me just make it, but let me just see it for now. Okay, now let me see. So we have a line, you know, here we go. Let me just add a new animation at this line. Okay, line one. Okay, here we go. Let me just make a new animated view. Okay, sorry, that view. So let me just add a style and repeat one. Now let's see it, guys. So this is our animation, and we can see we get error, guys. Fix this here. After this, just, you know, let me just add this width to make sure it's 100% and the height 100% to see if this work or not. 100%. Okay, now let me see. Yep, it's working, but you can see the text, it's now in a down. I'm just gonna fix this problem, but for now let me just add this for all of this line, you know. What is it? Okay, animated view, here we go. Just add it, and for this just add it, guys, also. But for this text, let me just try this to see if, but for this text I'm just gonna add a 55%, guys, to just fix this problem. Here we go. So we just script this. Hope you guys like it. So this is a basic and very simple animation, and you can also add this for this, you know, this to just move it with a rotate, guys. You can add it, but I don't think you need that. Just let me just move on because I don't want the video to be too long. Okay, so now for this card, let's start with this card. Let me add a const again. Guys. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let me just, you know, let me just make it this 4, 5. Let me this 0, 0, 0, 0, and this is good. Now for this repeat. Okay, now with this repeat. Okay, 4, 5. Also this be a 4, 5. Do not get any error, guys. 4, 5. Okay, now let me just replace it. 4, 5. If we see any problem, 4 and oh yes, this be 5. I'm sorry, 5, 4. Now let me see. Oh, 5, 5, 4. My bad. Okay. There we go. Yep. And this be okay. No need for this. This is a repeat. Okay. So now for this top one, top two, you know, just copy this, paste it again to start this top one. Let me start with the top one, guys. So for this top one value, okay, we have a 0. Now I want this card. Now in the default we have a top for this. We add a top, a little top. I don't know why, but I'm just gonna add a transform instead of a top because I think transform it's better and don't have a lag. You can add the top, but you know, I feel like transform it's much better. I just try it, and you know, in my phone, and I think it's very better. You can add the top, just like I said. You can just like I just teach you how to add the top for this. You can add as a default top for this, guys, and then you can set for this end of this top. But for now, I'm just gonna add the transform because I think the animation it's better if you want to add the transform and just not get any lag for this, guys. So I'm just gonna add a transform, guys. Hope you never mind me for that. So I'm just gonna add 38, okay, and let me just make it this. Also, let me just remove this. Or you know what, let me just make it this to see what's gonna happen. We don't have a 0. Okay, let me just remove this. Okay. Now let me just go and make it this 2, you know, 2, 3. 2 and 3. 2, 3. And you know what, we don't need the 3 because I want this and this be animated. So let me just make it this 2. This be a minus. Okay, so this is 2. Now let me just make it this to just go and add it. 1 and 2. Top 1 and top 2. So top 1 and the top 2, guys. So top 1 and the top 2, I'm just gonna add this -2. I'm just gonna add this 2 and this -2, because if you add a new view, the index gonna not work. So let me just add this. Okay. Okay, now in this cards, let me just find it. Where is the cards? There we go. So let me just make this new view, animated.view. Okay. Now added this card. Okay. Now styles. And now let me just make it 1. Okay. Now copy, paste it for this 2. Delete this. This is a card 3, guys. So 2. Now let's see it. Okay, you can see we get error, and you can see I think this is a very better from the top, because I don't know why, but I just check it in my phone, and you can check it with emulator, and if you don't have any problem, you can use a top. But just like I said, I just want to add the transform. Let me just make sure to add the transform for this cards, guys. So let me just find this card. Okay, so let me just delete this, guys. We don't need any more of this, but instead of that, I'm just gonna add transform. But you know what, let me just copy this, paste it. Let me just add transform, and I'm just gonna add a translate, guys. So after this translate, for the card 1, I'm just gonna add 17% and 10%. Okay, so this is our card 1. Now for this card 3, guys, let me just make it here. Delete this. We don't need any more of this. You know what, let me just, okay, here we go. This is better. Okay, now card 3, let me 83%, and 50%. Now let's see it, guys. Yep, but you can see this is a card 2. Let me just add a card 2 also. Sorry for this, card 2. Let me just add this card 2, and yeah, I think let me just add it. Sorry for this, guys. So translate, let me just make it, copy this, paste it here. So translate of this 50 and 30%, 50% of this, and the 30%. Okay, yep, now it's better, guys. Yeah, as you can see, it's like, I think this is better from the the top, but just like I just teach you how to use the top, just add it if you didn't like it, this transform, guys. Okay, now let me just see what else we have. Okay, you can add this another, if you didn't like it, this cubic, you can add, for example, these bones and XP, and you can add, for example, this is good for this, guys. You can add it. If you don't like it, this animation, you can see, there we go. It's, for example, nice transition, but I like it this phase here. Here we go. Now let's go to just create this circle, guys. So just finish this video and just move on. So we have a top 3 and the top 4, top 3, top 4. Oh, or you know what, let me just make it top circle 1, top circle 2. No need to change it, but in this of this, top circle 1. But in this top circle 1, I want this be a minus 30 to just go to the top, And also I'm just gonna change this direction, guys, to 200 to this number. Okay, very good. So this is the first top. Next top 4 value. Now next is the top circle 2. And top circle 2, no need to change, guys. Let me just make it like this. Okay, but let me just make it this. And you can add the top circle 3, but let me just finish this video instead of that. Okay, so top circle 2 and the top circle 1. Let me just make it very fast in this. So let me just copy, paste it. Why not? Let me just make this circle. You can name it whatever you like, but I'm just gonna name it this 1, 2. Okay, circle 1 and circle 2. And we don't need this as the index, just remove it. Now let me just add it to see what's gonna happen, guys. So here we go. So this is our circles. now let's see it, guys. So you can see we get error for this, but we're gonna add this transform to just fix this problem, guys. So for this transform of this circle, let me just finish it. So for this transform of this circle, guys, let me just start with this. So for this circle one, I'm just gonna remove this top and just add the transform y. Just like I said, if you don't like it, you can add the top for this animation, but I want to add this. Okay. So sorry. Okay. Translate y. Let me just add this. Let me just add this. Okay. So this is our circle one. Copy, paste it for the circle two. Also, let me just circle two. Okay. Remove this. Add this. Add this. Okay. Also, we don't need that. Now for this circle 3. Now for the circle 2, let me just make it this. Okay. Now for this circle 3, remove this. Add this. Now for the circle 3, let's just make it 50 pixel. It's enough. Now let's see it, guys. So as you can see, so this is the whole animation of this application, as you can see it, guys. And I feel like the transform is really better than this top. And you know what, let me just add this animation for this logo, guys. So the card skew, delete this. Now let me just copy this to see if it's work or not. So okay, here we go. And here we go, you can add this animation for this logo. And this is everything you need to just create this website, guys. Hope you like it. And sorry if this video just took too much time to just create this. And yeah, so this is everything for this, guys. And hope you guys like it. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button, guys, if you like this video and if you like this application, guys. The source code in the source code in the description, guys. So yeah, this is everything, guys. Hope you guys like it. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. So hope you get ready for the next responsive site. You're gonna love it, guys. Bye.